name is Erica.
I'm Joseph.
And we're here in the PIXLab at the Hastings Public Library, and we are going to show you our open house. And what that means is we have a lot of really great and cool equipment down here, and since the summer reading theme is Tales for Tales, we're going to show you some cool things that you can make using the equipment we have down here.
Yeah, we've got 3 projects using the equipment you get certified on down here. There's much more, but we wanted to focus on those. So we'll be starting with some cat toys on the 3D printers here, and then we'll move to the heat press where we'll be making dog bandanas with some cool logos and dogs from literature on them. And then we'll go over to the laser cutter where we'll be making a toy for if you don't have a cat or a dog and just a small animal, we'll be doing a cardboard toy for them to play with. So.
And then if you are interested in any of the stuff that you are seeing in this video, you can register to receive one of the projects that we're making. So if you have a cat or a dog or a small animal of some kind that likes to chew on things, you can register on our event page and receive one of the items that we're making today.
Yep, the items we're not using, we are planning on donating to one of the local animal services here in town. So if you don't have one of those animals, that's totally fine. We'll give them to someone who does need them.
All right, let's get started. We'll head over to the 3D printer.
Hi everyone, it's Joseph here again. Now I'm by the 3D printers, which are in the middle of printing some of our cat toys. You can see them about halfway through there. So what we did for these was we found a model for cat toys on Thingiverse. Thingiverse is this online database of 3D models. There's all sorts of things there. I had a few different options for cat toys, but I chose this one. I got it ready, I downloaded it from Thingiverse, got it ready in a program called Cura, and then put it on a SD card to put in the 3D printer. So if you're not familiar with our 3D printers, the way they work is they take filament from big rolls like these, it goes up through here into that head there where it's heated up really hot, enough to melt the filament and make it a little thinner so that when it's extruded, it can be formed into whatever shape it needs. And our 3D printers work from the bottom up, so you can see it's building this sphere here, starting at the bottom and working up. So you'll see that this one has a little ball inside, so it's more interesting for the cat to play with, but it's printing that along with the ball. Once it finishes, we're able to take some pliers and get in there and loosen the ball so it's able to freely roll around. So yeah, that's how you can make something on the 3D printer. We'll be making a bunch of these in all sorts of different colors. In addition to this blue color, we have red, orange, yellow, all sorts of colors of filament. And yeah, we'll have those ready to go. And if you want one, you can have one.
Hi, Erica again here, and this is our heat press. What does the heat press do? What doesn't the heat press do? It does all kinds of things, but in short, it prints using a special type of ink called sublimation ink, which then when you put it under pressure and heat, it will turn into a gas and then it goes onto an object. So you can make coffee mugs, you can make pictures, you can make print onto metal or wood or whatever it is that you want, you can transfer using this special ink. Today we are going to be making cute little dog bandanas. And what that's going to look like, so I printed off on our special sublimation paper using our special ink, and then I have just taped it onto the dog bandana here. And it uses a special heat-resistant tape, so that way it won't make a huge mess onto your bandana here. Then we're going to set it on the press. And this thing is set right now to 400 degrees. That's hotter than your oven when you're baking a cake. Then we swing it back over, press it down, and we'll wait for 35 seconds. When it's done, we're going to take it off. It's going to be a little bit hot, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like. The great thing about these dog bandanas is they're nice and big, so they'll go on your big dogs, but you can also tie them tight around your little dogs. And if you really want to, you could probably tie it around a cat. I don't think mine would like it very much, but you can give it a go. All right, now that it's done, we'll lift it up. We'll take it off very carefully because it's hot. You can see that it looks a little bit and then just like magic, we've got our dog bandanas. How cute is that? All right, up next, we'll head over to the laser cutter and see what we can do for our small critters. Welcome to the laser cutter area. This is one of my favorite machines that we have down here in the PIXLab. How a laser cutter works is pretty fascinating. You do all of your designing on the computer, and then you send it to the laser just like you would any kind of a printer. But instead of printing with ink, it prints with a laser. So we have a laser tube in the back of the machine here, and that generates the electricity and the power. And it shoots a laser beam over through the side, and then there's a mirror that it hits that shoots it back this way, and then we've got a mirror over here that it shoots to, and then that moves the laser over to this guy here in the middle that moves, and it's got a final mirror that then shoots it downward through a lens, and then that lens is focused depending on how close the material is to the laser beam. And then it moves back and forth and forward and backwards to make your design. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so here at the PIXLab, we do have wood for sale that you can cut on or engrave on, but the laser cutter is actually able to cut on so many different things. There's wood, acrylic. In this case, for our small animal toy, we're actually using cardboard. And this cardboard just came from a box that we got here at the library, but now we're able to reuse it for this project. So if you think you can just cut on wood, there's way more that you can actually do. So
the great thing about the cardboard too is that it's pet safe. Birch plywood, the plywood part is okay for the animals, but it's also made with glue and different fibers to put it together, and you don't really know what those are, so they might not be safe for your small animals. But the cardboard is definitely safe for the animals. Well, let's get this running and you can take a look at what it's going to look like.
Okay, so we're over here from the laser cutter. We have our pieces cut out of cardboard, and now we need to put them together. So like we were talking about with the birch plywood, that has glue in it that's not safe for animals. So we couldn't just use a standard glue to put all the pieces together. That's why Eric has made this animal-safe glue. She boiled some water, then added some flour and sugar, and cooked it until it got thick, like that consistency. And then we just have it for storage. If you do make a bunch like this and are making these, you want to make sure you keep a lid seal tight on that. Since it is made from food products, it could go bad and get moldy and stinky. So we don't want that, but this will work great if you do want to make toys for your small animals.
Yeah, and it holds up pretty well. I was a little leery at first, but if you think about it, it's kind of how you make paper mache. So what we're gonna do is this is gonna fit together like a puzzle. So this one here is our bottom piece. I can tell because it has corners all the way around, whereas the rest of them all have a flat top. So I'm gonna put this down here as our base. And then I'm just going to put these on here. When you register for our kits, we will have these already put together for you, so you don't have to worry about how to put it together.
So there are templates for making boxes like this online, so you don't have to come up with the design completely yourself. Of course, Erica added those shapes to it, but there are ways to find a way to make a box just online by searching for like laser cut box patterns.
Then I'm just going to add some glue to all of the places where the cardboard touches. And then it takes quite a while to dry, so if you are doing this at home with like some other cardboard shapes that you cut out, just remember that it is going to take a while to dry because it's just water and flour. So I'm going to do that all the way around. And then when I'm done, this is what it's going to look like. So it's got a lot of little areas for your little critter to crawl in and out of and to chew on. If it's a bigger animal, you're just going to want to make sure that they don't get stuck in the holes. But then we'll also be giving you the shapes that cut out. So these are also safe. You can give those to your little critter as well. And just have a lot of things for them to chew on.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for watching our video today and exploring a little bit into the PIXLab. We have definitely a lot more down here that you can take a look at besides what we have. But if you are interested in some of the things that you saw today, Joseph will tell you a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so if you want to use some of this stuff yourself, whether you're making what we showed you today or a project of all your own, you can make an appointment by going online to our website, hastingslibrary.us, or giving us a call, and we'll get you scheduled for an appointment down here in the PIXLab.
All of the equipment that we showcased today, those 3 pieces of equipment do require certification. What that means is that in addition to making an appointment to come in and make your project, you'll also have to build in an extra hour to that appointment so that we can walk you through the process of how to run the machine, and then you can be certified, and after that you can come in at any time and use that machine again. And the biggest catch with that is you just have to be over the age of 18 with the heat press and the laser cutter, and 16 for the 3D printer. You can come in, you can bring in your siblings or kids if you want to, but only you can run the equipment if you're older than that. Otherwise, we have a lot of other great programs coming up this summer. In June, we are going to be making some cute little pet picture frames. And then we are going to also be folding books and making these cute little book hedgehogs.
In July, we'll be doing a Pinterest project using paint chips and punching holes out of them to make sort of a mosaic effect. And then for our PIXLab Take and Make, we'll be doing some treat jars with a 3D printed animal, and we'll be able to etch on those jars there. So yeah, that's a great way to reuse that bottle and get a treat jar for your pets.
That's right. There's a lot going on this summer here at the library, so make sure that you head over to our website. Again, that's hastingslibrary.us to get registered for our events and other ones, and sign up for the summer reading program as well. All right. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.